Mic's on. All right, I'd like to call to order the Town of Delafield Board of Supervisors meeting for Tuesday, October 26th. If you'd all rise and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Mr. Administrator, if you do a roll call.
Supervisors Dianasopoulos.
Present.
Kranik.
Present.
Wolfley.
Present.
Michaels.
Present.
Chairman Troy.
Present. Thank you. Citizens' comments. Anybody in the audience would like to make a comment? Okay, we'll move on. Approval of the minutes of the October 12th, 2021 meeting.
One correction I want to make under the motion to approve the minutes, the date of the minutes is incorrect, so that has been corrected.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the amended minutes?
Motion to approve the amended minutes.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's approved. Report on budget, sub-accounts, and action to amend 2021 budget. There's a detailed list in the package on the budget amendments. Dan, you want to address anything in particular?
Not really. Well, the biggest amendment we have is the road repair budget, and that was because Elmhurst wasn't done this year, so we're putting that in the replacement for next year's budget. Otherwise, just making adjustments to some building maintenance projects. We had the storm that took down one of the backstops at one of our parks, so that adjustment for the spending and for the money that we received from the insurance company. Total, it's a net increase of $87,630. 50 of that goes to the replacement fund, and the other will go to the general fund revenue balance.
Anybody have any questions?
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, there's a recommendation on the back of it. We're on page 7.
I'll motion to approve amending the 2021 budget for the amount, accounts described in the October 26th memo, resulting in a net increase of $87,630.83.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and approval of the budget amendment. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No. Okay, we'll move on. Accounts payable and payroll.
For accounts payable, I'd like to make a motion to approve payments of checks 65056 and 65087 through 65093 and 65095 through 65114 in the amount of $38,120.02. And for payroll, a motion to approve the payrolls dated October 29th, 2021 in the amount of $13,714.97.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second to approve accounts payable and payroll as submitted. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's approved. Communications. Town Association District Meeting, Wednesday, October 27th, 2021. Supervisor Kranik, any comments?
Tomorrow evening, 6:30, we're going to have Joe Ruth from the Towns Association come and give us a presentation about ARPA, and hopefully we'll have some other legislators come and talk to us about what's happening in Madison. But it should be a good meeting, and we should hopefully have a good turnout.
Yeah, I'd encourage you all to come. We're serving a delicious dinner, too, so.
Oh, what do we have?
Sub sandwiches.
Really? I'm in.
With chips, probably. Okay, anything else, Ed?
Nope.
Okay, then we'll move on to new business. Discussion and possible action on the 2021 tax collection agreement with Waukesha County. Dan.
Sure, this is just our yearly contract agreement for tax collection. It went up 5 cents per parcel from last year, so it's at $1.60 as opposed to $1.55. We do have our own lockbox tax account, so it would be that second option that you see under Appendix A. So just looking for approval for that.
So this is what, the third or the fourth year that we've been doing this now?
The third year now.
There's no change.
Awesome. Motion to approve the 2021 tax collection agreement with Waukesha County.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes unanimously. It really works well. It was a mess the other way, so this works great. All right, discussion and possible action on the town's waste and recycling collection contract. I'll let Dan give a brief overview.
Sure, so we are currently in negotiations with GFL for our waste management, or for our waste contract. We did an RFP with the county, and with our scoring, they turned out to be the top one. Right now, we're still negotiating price, so we haven't gotten that final price yet after starting negotiations. But our current contract with Waste Management gives us a 60-day limit to not renew our contract with them. So right now, we're looking for a motion to not renew with Waste Management.
But we don't have a price on the new ones.
We don't have we have.
Very close.
Yeah.
We're really close. We're building in some verbiage that Dan and I worked on with Eric. For example, we're requiring, part of the contract is a penalty, that if their service level doesn't meet certain parameters, we're able to fine them. And it mirrors the village of Waukesha.
City of Waukesha.
City of Waukesha. So we want to have, it's interesting, these two guys came from Advanced Disposal, and they were spun off from Waste Management. And we've had good meetings, so we're confident we're going to get it. We just don't want to we don't want something to fall through the cracks and lose our 60 days notice to non-renewal, is how it's worded. We should know, and we may have to have we may have to have a special meeting in early November to approve the contract before the board, unless they can wait to the 16th.
Do we have confidence that they can start within 60 days from today?
They're confident they can start January 1st, but again, they're building in, they don't have enough, Dan and I were together at the meeting, I just don't want to miss the wording. They don't have enough small trucks to get down some of the lake roads to the actual homes to pick up the garbage up the drive. So they want us to work with them for 3 or 4 months while they buy new trucks. And because of the supply chain issue, they're having trouble getting trucks.
Yeah, and the issue is that the county kind of started late on this RFP process. It should have been done in early summer. If it would have, and we would have had a contract with them now, they would have been purchasing earlier in the summer. They have some vehicles that can do up the drive for lake properties, or those hard properties, and some of those up the windy drives. But for the first quarter, they would ask that people bring their garbage to 25 feet from the road so they can pick up, to make it easier for the first quarter until they can purchase out
In the
the rest of
winter?
their trucks.
That doesn't sit well.
Is it a floating 60 days? Can we do 60 at any time, or is there a contract?
Well, the
to do it?
contract expires at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And we have to give them 60-day notice in advance of December 31st?
Yes.
And the other contractor, Badgerland, has the same issue as GFL. They don't have the trucks for up the drive. They want to provide the service, but they're waiting on the order and waiting on the final contracts. So
Does their annual contract, or is this a multiple-year
this
contract?
is a
5
3-year
years.
contract.
Year.
I thought it was 5. 3?
The current contract with Waste Management is either 5 or 6 year.
Yeah.
This one would be a 3-year.
Okay.
So
How many years are left on the waste management?
It expires at the end of the year.
yeah.
We're up at 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So they're not going to provide service January 1 unless we renew.
that's correct.
So why do we have to give them 60 days notice?
Eric tells us we have to, and it's in the contract. Takes 60 days, unless I haven't read the whole contract, there may be an automatic renewal, that if we don't give them 60 days notice, we automatically renew the contract. A default clause. I don't see any downside in giving them notice of not renewal.
Oh, downside is GFL takes more than a quarter to get
Trucks.
trucks.
Well, they're not, The risk, the way it was explained to Dan and I, is that because they have limited trucks, they can't do they want to do the whole town on, for example, a Monday and a Tuesday. And because they have a shortage of trucks, they have to do it on a Monday and Wednesday or a Monday and a Thursday. So the risk, the negative is that once they get the trucks, they're going to reschedule the people that are like on Thursday to Tuesday, because they really want to do the whole town Monday and Tuesday. So they're going to ask people to move the garbage to 25 feet of the road. But I think I got the impression it was a very small number of situations.
Well, the other issue they have is that we're the first ones that have the contract expiring with Waste Management. So we have Merton, we have Village of Economo Walk, 7 other ones, and they expire anywhere from July of next year to starting in 2023. So we're going to be the first ones that switch over. So once they're going to start buying trucks, once those contracts start going in, and that will solidify what days they pick up. They want to solely pick us up on one day or on 2 days, and then work on the other municipalities for the other days, as opposed to right now, Waste Management, they split their days. So south of 94, you get picked up, I think, Monday, but then so does part of the city of Delafield. So that's why they're not finishing their routes in the city, so we're getting people that are being missed now. And that's why they're coming back on Tuesday or Wednesday, or they're not coming back at all. And they're having the same problem with the north side of town because they service Merton. So GFL would solely do the town on the routes, the drivers' routes that they have on 1 or 2 days. But until then, until they get those other contracts, we have to wait.
So you think there's an advantage for us being the first in, and that we can get our days scheduled and alleviate some of the missed pickups?
I don't think it's an advantage necessarily, but I do think that even if people do have to take their garbages a little bit further than they want to, at least they're gonna get picked up.
I mean, that's true.
Opposed to now, I've got 5 phone calls just today, of people that had missed garbage.
Yeah, this is week 2 in a row that mine is still
Sitting there, yeah.
sitting there. I mean, is the cost reflected in the difference of,
That will have to,
We're still waiting because the cost they came in at, we rejected, and we moved things around, so we expect it to come in. It's going to be an increase, but we don't know what the final number of their proposal is going to be. They're reasonable to work with, though. I will say, I was pleased with the tone of the meeting, and especially the fact that I told them that they're going to unfortunately pay the price for their predecessor's poor service, and that they have to pay, somebody has to pay a price for the way Waste Management has treated our residents. And unfortunately, we can't charge Waste Management, so we're going to protect ourselves and charge you, insisting on a penalty clause in the contract. And they accepted that. So I'm relatively pleased with that. It's not as large as I'd like. In fact, we don't have it actually determined yet, but it's not tens of thousands of dollars per missed pickup.
So will everyone need to take their garbage to within 25 feet of the road, or is it
not
just
everyone,
some?
they talked about, some of the lake properties where those roads are really tight, that they can't get those large trucks down there. And then they're also aware of some of the really windy drives on, I think, Scuppernong and Mary Court, where there's some that kind of wind up into hills that they understand the burden of taking those garbage cans down. So they'll work with us. I think it'll end up being a conversation where we'll tell them which ones really need it and which ones don't. But yeah, for the first quarter, it's going to be somewhat of an inconvenience for folks that are
So-
not used to it.
So they'll be driving a large garbage truck down people's driveways?
No, they have some pickups.
Oh, they have
They do
some.
have
Okay,
some, and
got
that's where they are able to provide some service, but they don't have as many as that can handle the whole town.
Yeah.
so it does seem like it's a limited impact.
A limited what?
Limited impact for that first quarter. It's not the whole town that's.
Oh, God,
Well,
no.
depending on your mobility, yeah.
Well,
But-
I mean, quantity of people wise, right? Like, it's not the whole town. It's just, hey, here are the couple spots that we probably can't, Like,
Well, not necessarily. There's a lot of subdivisions out there that, but I mean, the driveways aren't terribly significant that they can't take their own garbage to at least 25 feet. But the people that will be affected most, yeah, it's limited.
Is a short-term extension with Waste Management possible until GFL can be fully serviced?
We haven't explored that, because the county was leading the charge on this renegotiation, and Waste Management came in third of, wasn't it third of the?
Yeah, they came in last for us.
Yeah, they came in last place. Plus, who did they mention was the municipality that canceled Waste Management effective?
Hartford.
Hartford. It canceled January 1st, like us, and Waste Management said, make it November 1st. Yeah, so they don't want anything.
So that was my next
Right.
question. I mean, do we have a risk first week of January that we're?
If they say make it December 1st, these guys will pick us up. They'll be happy about it.
Yeah.
They won't care.
They will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dan, what is our method of communication with residents to let them know that it's different or that it's changed, that they're gonna have to do X, Y, or Z? Is it,
It will know when we sign the contract. They're gonna drop off bins and they're gonna have information with the bins to let them know their new pickup date. So they're gonna be doing a lot of the promotion to let people know. Depending on when we sign that contract, we could put it in the tax letter, but tax letters have to be done within 2 weeks. So if we get the contract done and ready, I don't even know if they're gonna have their schedule in time.
Yeah, it's possible we could have the contract done this week, reviewed by Eric early next week, and have a special meeting next week as well.
We could. But the pickup schedule won't be ready probably by then. But at least we could inform folks, that we're going to a new garbage vendor. And then we can put it on our website, on Facebook, as much as we can.
Plus, we have email blasts, people who have signed up for email, register their emails with the town
we
and
have
everything else.
email blast. We can mention it at a town board meeting. We can do whatever we
Yeah.
can. Get a hold of the Freeman, maybe just to let them know if they want to do an article that we switch.
That's true.
will they have the same type of service as far as the people need to put the garbage in garbage bags and, it's not gonna be the pickup and dump, right? Or
No.
is it-
The automated.
No, it's
Not
not
automated.
automated. Nope.
Okay.
No, it's, and they don't even care if it's in the container. Like, I put my bags on the road, and they just pick up the bags.
Yeah, so essentially, we're going back to advanced disposal, is what it
Yeah,
is. I mean,
basically,
they're
we're
the
going back to
same-
advanced
The same
disposal.
management, they even pulled the drivers that used to work for advanced disposal. So, and I had very little complaints when we were under that.
I was gonna say with that actually that's good news.
Yeah.
And they have a customer service rep that the town can
They have
contact?
This
Two
is
different
actually the best. They're
locations.
moving
Drive over
it
to
back
'em.
locally. Where's it gonna be?
Heartland and Muskego. So
gonna
our
be local.
calls will go either, not to
Good. That's
another
important.
state.
Worst case, you can drive over to Heartland and sit down in front of them.
Or deliver it to them.
The other benefit to GFL is they're giving us another 2-yard dumpster in town hall. So currently our highway guys have to haul the garbage down here and bring it to their garbage cans over there, so we can have more to facilitate both the fire department and town hall, so at no charge.
Was there mention of a yard cleanup day? You had,
We talked
Talked
about it, but it added.
Cost prohibitive,
Yeah.
cost prohibitive.
good, yeah, I agree.
I mean, it was over $10, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're just trying to, at this point, do like for like at the lowest possible rate that we can,
Yeah.
so.
Good.
But even so, the cost will go up this year.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Just because of the petrol costs.
yeah. And there's built-in cost increases based upon, we're still negotiating. It can either be 25% fuel and 75% CPI, or it could be 100% CPI. And I'm trying to work, Dan and I are trying to work, what's the risk with either alternative? They'll let us choose either one. It could just be, and it's municipal CPI, right? It's not general CPI.
yeah, it's a different
Yeah, it's a different
calculation. for
calculation.
CPI.
We're working on it. But we do need a motion to.
I'll make a motion to notify Waste Management that, give them their 60-day notice that we will be canceling their contract and not renewing their contract as of December 31st, 2021.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to notify Waste Management of the non-renewal of their waste and recycling collection contract. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Discussion possible action on the 2022 Lake Country Fire and Rescue budget. It's been pretty well discussed, so I don't know.
Do we have to adopt it then? Is that what we're looking for?
We're approving the budget in C, at 9C.
In C. Okay.
And then we approve
The levy, the
the levy
resolution.
increase in 9D.
Well, like you said, Mr. Chairman, the fire budget's been discussed at our workshops and been discussed at this, at length. So I think we should make a motion to adopt and approve the budget as presented for the fire and rescue budget.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adopt and approve the 2022 Lake Country Fire and Rescue budget. I'd like to call for a roll call vote. Dan?
Supervisor Michaels,
Yes.
Wolfley,
Yes.
Kranek,
Yes?
Deanasopoulos,
Yes.
Chairman Troy.
I vote no.
Motion carries 4-1.
Motion passes. The budget's approved. Now we have to do D, discussion and possible action on the adoption of Resolution 21-649, a resolution to exceed the state-imposed levy for the town of Delafield. This, we have to have D pass because C was approved, the budget was approved. So now we have, according to state statute, we can increase our levy by a vote of the board.
If we don't approve resolution 21649, then other municipalities cannot exceed their levy as well. Every municipality has to approve.
Yeah,
And my understanding is that every municipality does this, whether they take the levy increase or not. I believe it's been the practice of Shaniqua to pass this and to raise the levy, but then they don't necessarily use the funding, so.
Motion to adopt the resolution number 21-649, a resolution for exceeding the state-imposed levy limits for the town of Delafield as a member of a joint fire department.
Second.
all right, I have a question. Explain what you just said, Steve, that Shaniqua,
I don't know the technical aspects of it, Mr. Chairman, but my understanding is that what Dan said is correct, that everybody has to pass this. How they fund it on the other end isn't necessarily consistent.
Yeah,
oh,
so
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
everybody passes this, but then what they actually do
On
within
the
their,
books.
yes, finances is not necessarily the same increase or levy limit. My understanding is Shaniqua has a lot of money.
They
So
So they
don't-
take it out of the general fund.
That's exactly right.
They don't raise their levy limit.
That's right.
'Cause it's
money
already-
is there, you don't
Yes.
have to use it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Okay. Then again, I'll call for a roll call vote.
Supervisor Michaels,
Yes.
Wolfley,
Yes.
Kranek,
Yes?
Deanasopoulos,
Yes.
Troy.
No.
All right, motion carries 4-1.
Yeah, motion's approved. So now announcements and planning items. The Plan Commission meets on Tuesday, November 2nd, and I do believe we have a CSM.
CSM, a sign, and a lighting ordinance
Okay.
that will be
Yeah,
reviewed.
What lighting ordinance is the thing?
Yeah, we're finally getting a lighting ordinance. That's great. Budget public hearing is on Tuesday, November 16th, and it's kind of a mandatory meeting for everybody to attend. That's at 5:30, immediately followed by the Town Board of Electors, and immediately followed by the Town Board. And the way it works for those new, the 5:30 the budget meeting approves the mill and tax rate. The Town Board of Electors vote on the tax rate, and the Town Board votes on the town budget and approves the town budget. So, any questions?
So we'll have that will be in lieu of
That would,
the 9th, and then
that's it for, there's one meeting in November,
just one,
and
okay.
it's on the 16th.
Just on the 16th, okay.
Yeah. We thought that was, and there's only one meeting in December, and that's the second Tuesday. What is that, the 8th?
7th?
7th,
That would be the.
We're not gonna have a
it'd be
meeting.
the 14th.
between Christmas
Oh,
and
sorry,
New
the
Year's.
2nd, excuse me, yes.
Yeah. So there's one meeting in November, the 16th, and there's one meeting in December, which is the 14th.
14th, okay.
And then we start the new year. Okay, if there's no questions, we'll adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
I have a motion to adjourn, a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you, guys.
Thank you.